Hey now. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I am your gracious host, Kel McQueen. Now today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a story time today, okay? I know that's a little bit different from what I have been showing you guys. I know that I do the true crime stories, and also I just started doing the movie reviews. I'm going to be playing with my content a little bit on this channel because I want to see what's the best fit for me and what you guys want to see of me. So what I'm going to be doing is talking about the time that I thought I was about to get kidnapped. But before we get into the story, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on your post notifications so that you know the next time that I upload. Also, before I get into the video, I know that it's been very, very difficult with this whole quarantine situation with COVID-19. It's been difficult for me, just like everybody else, but I urge everybody to practice social distancing. It's so very important. This is something that hit us out of nowhere, and no one is exempt. And it's important that everybody washes their hands, disinfect, and also practice social distancing so that we will not continue to spread this virus any worse than it already is. I know it's difficult being home and not being able to really go anywhere or see anybody and intertwine with people, which is our natural nature, but it's very, very important that we stay home. So please stay home with me and continue to watch my videos because I'm going to be posting a lot more, honey. Ew. So I would say maybe about 2 years ago. Yeah, maybe about 2 years ago. I met this guy on this dating site, okay? Don't judge me. I'm not really the type of person that goes out that much. So he was a really nice guy. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna call him Peter. So he was a really nice guy and we had really good conversation. We had gone on a few dates. So it really wasn't, we had, started becoming a little familiar with one another. And so I built up a bit of a comfort level with him. So he asked me to go to the studio one day. He was a singer boy.
My room is a G-spot. Call me Mr. Flintstone.
I was like, go. Now, mind you, I used to sing. No, I'm not going to sing for you. Don't ask me. So I am used to the studio atmosphere. I love the creativity of it all and being in a space with more than one type of artist. And it's a really, really good feeling when I'm in the studio. So I'm used to it. So he comes to pick me up. One thing to keep in mind, I'm the type of person that whenever it comes to me going to places, especially when I'm going on dates, I like to drive myself because I don't like being on other people's time, okay? I really don't like to have to sit and wait for people, and I want to be able to come and go as I please. I need to be free. So this particular time, I decided to let him drive me because of the fact that the studio that he was going to was in Atlanta. Now, I really don't like driving in Atlanta because every street in Atlanta is a one-way street. If you live in Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. And it's like you make one wrong turn, and no, it's not you go to the next street and start. No. You got to start all the way over, go all the way around. It's just too much. Plus, it's incredibly cluttered there. So I prefer not to drive. And so he comes to pick me up, and we're off. So we're driving and we're having really, really good conversation. We're laughing, we're joking, we're, getting deep with conversation. And so, I'm enjoying myself while we're driving. And eventually I start to look around as soon as the conversation started dying down a little bit. And I'm looking around and I'm like, wait, we've been driving for a long time. Why have we been driving for so long? And he says to me, oh, well, you live kind of far away from Atlanta. You just don't know how far you live. So I'm sitting there like, okay, well, maybe he just took a different route because I only know one route to get to Atlanta. I go the same way every time. I don't veer away from that route. I go the same way. And so I was just like, well, maybe he meant a different route or something. Okay, whatever. So I let it go and we get back into another conversation. So again, I'm distracted. Here's another thing that you have to keep in mind. We started driving early evening, so it was kind of dark already. But then we drove into this weird town. okay? And it looked kind of like a town out of a storybook. Excuse me. It was a lot of little vintage shops, and they had a post office, and what tripped me out was they had an incredibly big clock in the middle of the town. Yeah, I was like, no. This don't look right. I don't recognize none of this. Something ain't right. What really tripped me out and what really made this whole situation start to become a little alarming was I didn't see anybody out and about at all in this area, okay? Now, mind you, I know that, you know, it's evening, so people are probably home, but I was just like, ain't nobody out here at all? Like, I only saw like 2 cars when we were driving, but it gets worse. So we eventually turned into this residential area, and we stopped at the creepiest looking house in the freaking town. Like, to be honest with you, it looked like something off American Horror Story, okay? So let me break this house down to you. It had like, it was a white house, but the paint was like starting to chip and look old, and you know, the banisters and stuff like that looked like they had chipped paint on it, and there was vines going up the wall and everything. It was insane. And then what was even creepier was there were tons and tons of plants all over the porch that were dead. The plants were dead, okay? When we pull up into this house, I'm like, oh shit. Oh, you done did it now. Oh, he about to kidnap you. Oh, he about to kidnap you. You about to be in somebody's basement. I was freaking out in my head, okay? Because on the visual, I had to remain cool, okay? You ain't about to get me, okay? So now he's on the phone with the person that he was supposed to be meeting at the studio, right? But by this time, I'm looking at him like, I'm thinking he done set me up. So I'm looking at him like, you're a real good actor. You sitting up here trying to make me think that you're confused and you don't know where you're going. I'm gonna let you just sit there and think that, I'm gonna let you think that I'm stupid. I'm gonna let you think that I'm stupid. Okay. This how we gonna do things? Okay. Oh, also one thing that I wanted to bring up as well. This town was not well lit at all, okay? It was very dark. And the street that we were sitting on was even worse when it came down to being lit. Like, there was a street light, and then it was like way further down. So if a person was walking down the sidewalk, they'd be walking in the dark for most of the time, okay? Anyways. So now I'm kind of sitting here. I'm like, okay, you know what? You ain't going out like that. You're not going to go out like that. We're going to figure out a plan. We're going to get ourselves out of this. We smart. We're going to get ourselves out of this, okay? So I'm looking around and I'm looking at my surroundings and I'm looking at like, okay, so where can I run? I can run in that direction. Should I run and just keep running? Should I run to somebody's house? But I don't know where I'm at. This is still Georgia. And then I start looking around the truck because we were actually in a truck. And I'm looking around and then I look in the back seat and what do I see? A bunch of toes. I'm like, oh, he gonna pick off my toenails and make me eat them. He gonna pluck off my toenails and break my fingers. Oh, Jesus, he's gonna torture me. He gonna put me in the basement. So then I was like, you know what? So this is what we're gonna do. Get it together. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly be sexy and kind of lean and make it look as if I'm just leaning, and we're gonna slowly reach back and grab that wrench that's on the floor. We're gonna grab that wrench and fuck him upside the head and then take off. That was my plan. But as I'm starting to move and, you know, kind of get myself in position, that's when he puts the phone on speaker. So now I'm hearing the person that he's talking to. And so I'm like, okay. I start to figure out, yeah, he might be lost. Because the people on the other side were cracking up at him. Now, I can't remember exactly where we were. All I know is that we were like an hour and a half away from Atlanta. And we went way off somewhere in the middle of nowhere, okay? So then we started kind of going back in the direction of my home, and eventually he took me home and everything was fine. I overreacted, but at the same time, I felt like I didn't overreact because the point of this was I didn't pay attention. So that's my message to you. pay attention when you're riding in somebody else's car. Thank you so much for watching this story. I loved bringing this story time to you. I love just talking to you guys as well. It's very, very fun. Let me know if this is something that you want to see more of me, if you want to hear some more story times, along with my true crime mystery stories and my movie reviews, in which I'm going to be bringing more to you, honey, especially with me having so much time on my hands during this quarantine. Until next time, once again, stay weird. Normal's overrated.